The registered society held to be an authority for the purpose of Article 122. Registered society held to be an authority who purpose में Article 122 रे अजय हसिया वर्सेस खालिद मुजीब ये केस रे registered society held authority for the purpose of Article 12 state Ajay Hasya, in which case the Supreme Court of India held that fundamental rights cannot be waived. Waive हबनी एटा होची बासेश्वरनाथ versus IT commissioner. In this case the court had decided करतला whether someone can waive their fundamental rights under constitution हे परिबो ना. It was held that doctrine of waiver is grounded on the principle that the right statutory or the authorized which is for the benefit of an individual can be waived by him fundamental rights created by the constitution. Constitution is transcendental in nature, conceived and enacted in national and public interest and therefore cannot be waived. The fundamental rights public what had decided whether someone can waive fundamental rights under the constitution. It was held that doctrine of waiver is grounded on the principle that right adhikara statutory or otherwise which is for benefit of an individual can be waived by him. Fundamental rights created by constitution are transcendental in nature, conceived and enacted in national and public interest. एटा कौन fundamental rights cannot be waived ହେଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ. ବାସେଶ୍ୱରନାଥ IT commissioner. By which constitutional amendment was clause 4B inserted into Article 16. Article 16 रे को constitutional amendment 81 Article 16 रे Article 16 में बरतिला clause 4B 81 amendment रे. Article 16 माने right to employment नियुक्ति रे सुयोग समान. Which of the following statement is correct about 106 constitutional amendment 106 जो constitutional amendment ହେଇଥିଲା ना ये women's enact the Fair Housing Act 2024 which includes the following provision. Co provision Parliament enact the Fair Housing Act ହେଇଥିଲା Controller and Auditor General of India relating to accounts of a state shall be submitted to court submit kara Controller Auditor General of the state submit governor निकट रे and the CAG center president before the president. Following article of the Constitution of India declare the Supreme Court shall be court of record. Supreme Court होची court of record आर्टिकल 129 रे अछि कोर्ट ऑफ रेकॉर्ड. आर्टिकल 129 states Supreme Court shall be court of record माने all the powers of court including the power to punish for contempt of itself. निजे the institution does not define court of record. But this expression is OLA testimony and his power of humanly punishing contempt of itself and subordinate court. Contempt कर परिवो subordinate रो निजर. Which article deals with the powers, privileges and immunities of Parliament? Who article deals with powers, privilege and immunity? Power, privilege and immunity माने सुरक्षा जो. And it is 105 रे पावर मिलिबो इम्यूनिटी मिलिबो प्रिविलेज मिलिबो काको पार्लियामेंटेरियन को. Which constitutional amendment act inserted provision related to GST 101 who can initiate impeachment proceeding against the president ये initiate कर परिबो either house of parliament the article 56 of the Constitution of India provide that the president may not violation of a constitution कर परिबो नाही. removed from the office by impeachment. However, the process of impeachment has been detailed under Article 16 ଅଛି। चार्ज 56 किंतु अच्छी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इंडिया प्रोवाइड्स में फॉर वायोलेशन ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिमूव हो पारिबो ऑफिस इट बिकम्स इंक्यूमेंट ऑफ द ऑन द अदर हाउस टू इन्वेस्टिगेट द सेम को गोटे हाउस इम्पिच कला गोटे इन्वेस्टिगेट कर संहिता 2023 यू कंसीडर फोर्स टू क्रिमिनल फोर्स भारतीय न्याय संहिता होची when it is used intentionally without consent न्याय संहिता 23 रे कंसीडर फोर्स टू क्रिमिनल फोर्स होची when it is used intentionally यूज कला without consent रे causing injury fear or annoyance क्षत भय और annoyance मान होची विरक्त हवा सेक्शन 129 शब्द भारतीय न्याय संहिता न्याय संहिता 23 रे whoever intentionally uses force of any person force to be criminal हबो 23 कंसीडर फोर्स टू भारतीय न्याय संहिता it is used intentionally without consent रे नो causing injury हबो fear भय annoyance without the person consent in order to commit any offense करियो बिना consent or intending by using such force to cause or knowing it is likely that using such force will cause injury fear of annoyance and भय to the person on whom the force is used हेथियो is said to use criminal force to the other section 129 according to भारतीय न्याय संहिता 23 what is the maximum fine for making or maximum fine कौन for making or document that resemble समान हबो ए करेंसी नोट और ए बैंक नोट अंडर सेक्शन 182 ए के मैक्सिमम फाइन कौन हबो 300 रुपीज हबो कौन मेकिंग और ए डॉक्यूमेंट दैट रिजेबल समान हबो ए करेंसी नोट सहित और ए बैंक नोट अंडर सेक्शन 300 टका फाइन according to the provision of भारतीय न्याय संहिता 23 the right to private defense of a property extend body or to the voluntary causing of a death or of any other harm to be wrong door को हो जी भूल काम करिवो प्राइवेट डिफेंस प्रॉपर्टी एक्सटेंड्स राइट ऑफ प्राइवेट डिफेंस करिवो वॉलंटरी इच्छाधीन मृत्यु और एनी अदर हार्म रॉन्ग डू व्हिच ऑफेंस कमिटेड अटेम्प्टिंग टू बी कमिटेड एटा होची रॉबरी हबो एंड हाउस ब्रेकिंग आफ्टर सनसेट पर प्राइवेट डिफेंस वॉलंटरी कॉजिंग डेथ सेक्शन 41 ऑफ द भारतीय न्याय संहिता द 23 प्रोवाइड्स द राइट ऑफ प्राइवेट डिफेंस ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्सटेंड्स बॉडी टू कॉजिंग डेथ हबो इफ द ऑफेंस बीइंग सेक्शन 41 23 provide the right of private defense of property extends to causing death मृत्यु हबो if the offense being committed or attempt offense टा जति committed हेथियो एक रॉबरी तो हाउस ब्रेकिंग आफ्टर सनसेट बिफोर सनराइज मिसचिपी एटा होची आर्टिकल सेक्शन 41 provides the right of private defense of property प्राइवेट डिफेंस जति करिवो एक्सटेंड्स टू कॉजिंग डेथ हेले मते अटेम्प्टेड ताको रॉबरी कह जियो रॉबरी हाउस ब्रेकिंग मिसचिप बाय फायर और एनी एक्सप्लोसिव सब्सटेंस रे कमिटेड बिल्डिंग को टेंट और वेसल को ह्यूमन डोलिंग रहउथिबे थेफ्ट मिसचिप और हाउस ट्रेसपास करथिबे जबरदस्ती एज मेनी रीजनेबल कॉज एप्रीहेंशन ऑफ डेथ और ग्रीवियस हर्ट हेतिले मध्य आर्टिकल सेक्शन 41 से जियो सेक्शन 182 भारतीय न्याय संहिता 300 रुपीज डॉक्यूमेंट मेकिंग फॉर अस ए डॉक्यूमेंट दैट रिजेम्बल्स करेंसी नोट सहित आर्टिकल 129 होची भारतीय न्याय संहिता रे होची कोन न्याय संहिता 129 फोर्स टू बी क्रिमिनाल फोर्स करियो क्रिमिनाल करिया पे कजिंग इंजुरी फियर और अनोयंस क्षत हम भय कर देखेब अनोयंस 129 बिना इंटेंशन रे बिना कंसेंट रे राजेश इन हिटेड आर्गुमेंट विथ सुनील स्ट्राइक्स हिम विथ ए हेवी आयरन रड रे बाडेला द ब्लो फ्रैक्चर्स है सुनील आर्म रे बाहु रे and he is unable to use it for several weeks पे यूज कर पाले नहीं द मेडिकल रिपोर्टर कन्फर्म्स दैट द फ्रैक्चर अमाउंट टू ग्रीवियस हर्ट है वो ऑफेंस हबा राजेश कमिटेड डन है अमित इंटेंडिंग टू कॉज द डेथ ऑफ विजय attacks him with a knife रे विजय sustained severe injury and dies on the spot रे The investigation revealed that Amit acted with a knowledge ज्ञान सहित that his action were likely to cause death से जानी था however there is no evidence of a premeditation or intent to murder विजय premeditation आगुआ मर्डर करने पे नथिला वो ऑफेंस लागियो culpable homicide not accounting to murder under section 304 APC homicide not amounting to murder experience 4 experience 4 up to section 300 of IPC less down that culpable homicide is not a murder no it is committed without premeditation in a sudden fight in the heat of a passion upon a sudden quarrel without the offenders having taken undue advantage by or acted in a cruel or unusual manner Amit shall be liable for culpable homicide अमिति homicide माने एटा मर्डर नो अंडर सेक्शन 304 IPC Amiti and Rani decide to break into a house Vangila and night with the intent of stealing valuables. The use of a crowbar to force open the door. But before they can take anything, the owner of the house Vikrama unexpectedly arrives पहुंचला arrives home Amit and Rani panic he and run away without stealing anything police arrest them following morning based on a complaint from Vikram to which of the following offense under the BNS have Amit and Rani committed kale घर पशिया पे नाइट रे आसले they use a crowbar to force open the door खोलिया पे but before they can take anything आरे पहुंच गले होम तुम तो कौन हम the house trespass with intent to commit theft चोरी रे जीवो punishment for rape in case where the victim is a woman below the age of 6 or 12 is included in which section of BNS BNS रो को section BNS 65 section 65 of भारतीय न्याय संहिता 23 has 2 subsection newly introduced and covers the offence committed against women covers the offence women विरुद्ध below the age of 16 subsection section 65 is zero rape subsection correspond to section 63 AB Indian Penal Code रो 63 60 and provides the punishment for rape on a woman under 12 years of age the 65 जीवो a new offence of snatching has been introduced by the BNS change छिड़ेबा डिफेंस स्नैचिंग 304 ऑफेंस सेरा भी 304 थिला आईपीसी रे थिला जो मर्डर होमिसाइड फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन गिवन बिलो मिस्टर पटेल बीइंग ए पुलिस ऑफिसर रिसीव ए कंप्लेंट ग्रहण कला एंड इन्फॉर्मेशन दैट राजू वाज इन्वॉल्वड इन ए रॉबरी बैंक एंड हैज आल्सो हेल्प कला टू हाइड द वैल्यूएबल प्रॉपर्टीज लुचिया पे इन हिज फार्म रे एंड स्टेटेड बाय द टू विलेजर्स विथ हिज रिगार्ड पुलिस ऑफिसर मिस्टर पटेल में अरेस्ट कर पाते राजू को विदाउट वारंट रे होन केते बेले करि परिबे ସେଟା ହେଉଛି since the reasonable complaint against the Raju has been received and there is a strong suspicion and that exists due to the testimony of villagers sakhi, he can be immediately arrested ହେଇପାରିବ। Raju can be arrested so as to prevent him from making any inducement विरोध कर दे threat or promise दब to any person को भय देखैथिव promise करते to any persons acquainted with the facts and circumstances संजय परिवेश अनुଯାୟୀ ଦେଖିକିରି strong suspicion ସନ୍ଦେହ ଥିବ exist due to testimony ସାକ୍ଷୀ of villagers। section 35 of the BNS भारतीय नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता अनुଯାयी that is list the scenario where in a police officer may without an order from a magistrate order बिना and without warrant arrest any person statement 2 and 4 correspond with his clause B and D of section 35p respectively, hence B is the correct माने करि परिबो नै without a warrant रे arrest any person किंतु 2-4 रे यदि साक्षी थिबो राजू अरेस्ट होई परिबो प्रिवेंट हिम फ्रॉम मेकिंग एनी भय देखैथिबो प्रॉमिस देथिबो। BNS introduce a provision of registration of FIR 0 FIR it to commission of a cognizable offence धातु अपराध irrespective of area on where the offence is committed जोठी हो कि नहीं तो कहते 0 FIR जोठी जेकोसी जगह रे irrespective area au offence committed जेकोसी एरिया हो। BNS mandate a forensic team to visit the crime scene को जीवो mandate करे to collect evidence collect करे for offence punishable with imprisonment for at least 7 वर्ष visit करो crime scene को to collect करो evidence for offence punishable होबो 7 वर्ष। Which section the BNS allows for trials in absentia of proclaimed offenders trials करे in absentia of proclaimed offenders absentia offender रो absentia रे BNS allows करे for trial होचे। Which section BNS facilitates trials and proceedings to be held electronic mode रे 530 को section of BNS भारतीय न्याय संहिता facilitate करे trials और proceeding to be held in electronic mode रे सेटा 530 होची electronic mode repeats the code of criminal procedure 1973 उठे हटे दे criminal procedure code 1973 531 रे हटे देबे code of criminal procedure CRPC trials and proceedings to held in electronic mode 530 रे trials and proceeding to held in electronic mode जो थे वही section BNS 530 trials and proceeding to be held in electronic mode रे 530 531 होची BNS रिपील्स करे कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर कोड 1973 को हटे देला 1973 531 रे 530 रे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मोड हुई सेक्शन मैंडेट करे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट पीपल प्रिपेयर and notify a witness protection scheme for the state which a view to ensure the protection of witness को protection करिवो witness protection करिवो which section of BNS mandate the appointment of a designated police officer करिवो each district रे police station to provide information दबो about arrested individuals को to general public दबो 37 रे police station to provide information about arrested individuals को general public को दबो 37 रे नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 Clause B section provide designated police officer not below the rank of ASI तलक नो giving information to the public about details of person arrested ହେଇଥିବ such information shall be prominently displayed in any manner including digital mode of every police station and at the district headquarters को which section of BNS introduce करथला provision for identifying attaching and forfeit the property of proclaimed offenders घोषणायित offenders located outside India ଥିବ property ଟା କ'ଣ ହେବ attach ହେବ forfeit ହେବ ମାନେ ବାଜ୍ୟାପ୍ତି ହେବ ଏରେ 86 କାର BNS offender ଯଦି ବିଦେଶ ପଳେଇଥିବ ଏଠି 86 ରେ ଅଛି ତାର ବାଜ୍ୟାପ୍ତି forfeit ହେବ attach ହେବ identifying ଖୋଜା ହେବ section BNS place restriction on the adjournment of trials स्थगित ହେବ ensuring the expeditious resolution of case adjournment of trials ensuring the expeditious resolution 346 ରେ କ'ଣ ଏଟା expeditious resolution ଶୀଘ୍ର ସମାଧାନ ହେବ କେସ୍ର ରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ସନ୍ ଆଡଜର୍ନମେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍ଥିର ରହିବ ରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ସନ୍ ଆଡଜର୍ନମେଣ୍ଟରେ ଟ୍ରାଏଲରେ ରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ସନ୍ ହେବ ଏନ୍ସୁରିଂ ଏକ୍ସପିଡିୟସ୍ ରିଜଲ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ସମାଧାନ ହେବ 346 ଏ ସୁଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ପେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଦ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ କୋର୍ଟରେ ଅଛି ଏର ବଟ୍ ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ପାର୍ଟିଜ୍ ମୀରା ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କଲା ଇଟ୍ସ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଫର୍ ଟୁ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ କୋର୍ଟ ବି କୁ କ୍ଲେମିଂ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଦ ଜଜ୍ ଇନ୍ କୋର୍ଟ ଇଜ୍ ବାଏସ୍ଡ ଦ ଅପୋଜିଂ ପାର୍ଟି ରବି ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ କଲା stating that request is biasless who has the authority to decide kare whether the suit can be transfer habo ki authority jane kochi transfer habo jane ko transfer habani eta hochi high court of or the supreme court decide karibe case will be transfer habo or not Maya files a suit in court for the recovery of a sum of money karibo from her neighbor ଠାରୁ ନେହା during the proceeding ନେହା request କଲା that third party ସୀମା ବି added ହେବ to the suit କୁ ସୀମା added ହେବ to the suit କୁ as ସୀମା is allegedly liable ହେବ for the debt ବାଧ୍ୟ ହେବ ମାୟା object କଲା claiming that ସୀମା is not a necessary party court then review କଲେ application and decide କଲେ that ସୀମା should indeed be included as a defendant এটা କୋଉଥିରେ ହେବ କୋର୍ଟ ଏରେ ଫର୍ ଦ ରିକଭରି ଅଫ୍ ଏ ସମ୍ ଅଫ୍ ମନି କରିବ ଫ୍ରମ୍ ହର ନେଇବର ଠାରୁ ରିକଭରି କରିବ ନେହା ଡ୍ୟୁରିଂ ଦ ପ୍ରୋସିଡିଂ ନେହା ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କଲା ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଦ ପାର୍ଟି ଥାର୍ଡ ପାର୍ଟି ସୀମା ବି ଆଡେଡ୍ ଏ ସୁଟ୍ କରିଛି ସୀମା ଇଜ୍ ଆଲିଜଲି ଲାଇବୁଲ୍ ଆଲିଜଲି ମାନେ ଦୋଷୀ ସାବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ଲାଇବୁଲ୍ ଫର୍ ଦ ଡେପ୍ଟ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ଋଣ ମାୟା ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ କଲା କ୍ଲେମିଂ the Sima is not a necessary party nuho the order 1 rule 10 gender and substitution of parties the court powers to include a party in a suit is discussed in order 1 rule 10 of the code of civil code rachi party court powers to include party in a suit discuss heitila